Hi, I'm Father Jim Forson, and Christmas is upon us. Now, this Christmas, I always find myself caught up in this debate, which families discuss back and forth, as in, when do you open up your Christmas gifts? Do you do it on Christmas Eve or you do it on Christmas Day? And my family was definitely a Christmas Day family. We would never open up our Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve. But I know some families, they kind of do some on Christmas Eve and some on Christmas Day and on and on and on we go. But regardless of what day, have you ever got a gift on Christmas and you opened up the box of the gift and you looked at it and you didn't know exactly what it was that you were looking at? There was one Christmas where my sister gave me this. And when I opened up the box and looked at it, I just saw that I was given a rock. It was a rock. And so I was looking at it, and my sister said to me, "Do you know what it is? You don't know what it is, do you?" And I said, "Well, it's a rock." And she said, "No, Jim, it's not a rock. Turn it over." And I turned it over, and I saw, oh, it's a polished rock. Very nice. No, Jim, it's not a polished rock. It's a bookend, a bookend. And I said, "Oh, yeah, I knew that." Sometimes you have those awkward moments where I don't know what it is I'm looking at. Well, this Christmas, God places a gift in our hands. It's a baby. And we look at this gift, and it's a baby. Thank you, God. Thank you. And God says to us, "You don't know what it is, do you? It's uh, it's a baby." And God says, "No, it's more than a baby. It's the salvation of the world." Now, when I think about a gift that could save the world, I don't think of a baby. When I see this world of ours and how much in need of being redeemed it is and being saved from its own sinfulness, I think we are going to need something far more powerful than an infant. When we look at the wars that are going on right now in this world, all over this world, and we look at some of the difficulties that are coming from starvation and how that's provoking immigration and that's creating its own set of problems, and looking at the global warming going on, and these problems are huge, they're gigantic. And how are you going to solve things like that? Well, I think of trying to resolve those kinds of problems, you're going to need somebody strong. You need somebody powerful, a leader of an army or of a nation, a prime minister, a president, somebody who has a lot of power and who can marshal a lot of power. And that kind of power might go to resolve these kinds of difficulties. But that's not how God chose to save the world and continues to choose to save the world. He didn't decide to overpower us. Rather, he came in the form of a baby, an infant. And this gift was placed into our hands because there is one thing that a baby can do more powerfully than any army, any prime minister, any president, anybody. A baby can transform a human heart like that. When we have a baby in our hands, it can bring to the surface our better selves. It can bring alive the better angels within us all. That baby can change our hearts. And not just that. One more thing that baby brings into this world, perhaps better than anything else, is joy. Joy is the result of knowing that I am greatly valued by someone else. Knowing that God has placed this gift into our hands means that He greatly values us. He has great faith in us, that somehow, some way, we would receive this gift. And not only would it change us, it would lead us to want to transform this world. And that is exactly what has happened. Little by little, generation after generation, this gift that God has given to us is leading to the salvation of the world. And that brings great joy to know that we are just that valued by God. And so, God's wish for mankind is what I wish for you this Christmas. I wish you joy. And I wish for you to wish joy to your world, to help continue to transform it. This Christmas, bring joy. Merry Christmas, everyone.